Hi, it's time once again to take a look at what I colored in the month of July 2019. And I'll start with a book I found at a big discount store. This one is Just Add Color, Fashion Design, and there's no particular artist attributed. It's from Barron's Educational Series, and manufactured by Marquis and Carlton Publishing Group. And it was $3.88 is what I paid for. And the store had other books in this series as well, but this is the one that attracted my attention. And this one I did with the Faber-Castell Classics and metallic marker in the background. And this one I did with Cezanne colored pencils and yellow marker for the background. I also got these watercolor pencils from Dollar Tree, and I did a swatch of them. Now, for 6 watercolor pencils for $1, these don't work that bad. They're not as bold as your artist grade pencils, but I think they smear very nicely, and I will use them in my coloring when I'm looking for a lighter shade in a transition. And that's what the box looks like. I also did one in Art Nouveau Animal Designs by Marty Noble. And this one was done with the Scholar pencils, Pen Gear gel pens, and Bic markers. The middle part is silver metallic marker. This is from Lovely Angels by Juliana Emerson. And this one was done with a variety of media. The paper that I had written down on is now on the floor. Okay, I used Pelican pencils for her skin and hair and the apples, and the Jumbo Juicy highlighter markers for her dress, and Tanimate gel pens for her wings, and the bottom grass was done with both the Jumbo Juicy highlighters and Crayola markers. And part of the background was done with apple barrel acrylic paint, and the upper portion was done with the Scholar pencils. I also continued my challenge to myself, coloring in books I haven't colored in for a really long time. Starting with this one. This is Wonder Woman Crayola Art with Edge. And I did, there we go. The pages are all loose in this book. There we go. And on this one, I used the Prismacolor Premier pencils and Art and Fly markers for her skin and hair, and Pen Gear gel pens and markers for the rest of it, and shaded with Prismacolors. And I did this on the 4th of July. Wonder Woman. I also did one in Star Trek The Next Generation. I believe that was the very back page. Yes. There we go. And on this one I used a variety of media. Sharpies and Bics, Art and Fly markers, Crayola markers, Arteza watercolors and pencils, and gel pens and soft pastels. I used about every media I have in this book, in this on this page. And the ground was done with watercolors, and the background was done with pastels, and their uniforms were done in both marker and pencil, as their skin and hair. I did one from Throne of Glass, based on the novels by Sarah J. Maas. It had been a year since I colored in this one. It's one of my favorite books. I did the first page, and I used Cezanne colored pencils and Scholars, gel pens and metallic markers, just a little bit. It's mostly done with the Cezanne pencils. You can see some of the shine from the markers and gel pens in here too. Try to get it all in frame here for you to see. I have a makeshift tripod. It's not really a tripod. It's a selfie stick in a bucket. That's my tripod. Anyway. So that's that one. And I did one in Outlander, based on the novels by Diana Gabaldon. It had been a long time since I colored in this one too. Yeah, and that was done with Crayola watercolors, Prismacolors, and some gel pen. For the window I used watercolors, and the bars were done with gold metallic gel pen. And everything else pretty much was done with watercolors and pencils. The skin, I forgot to add, was done with Art and Fly skin tone markers. And finally, I did a page from Vivid Publishers' Renaissance book, illustrated by Shinraka Harath. There. This was for a coloring challenge, and it was a free download from their website. Lady Playing the Lute from Renaissance. There we go. Shinthaka Harath. And I used, I thought I had it written down here. I had the hashtags for the contest written down, but not the mediums. But I know I used watercolors for the trees and leaves and the birds, accented with pencils and gel pens. Her skin was done with art and fly markers and shaded with Prismacolor, as was her hair. And the dress was done with both Stedler and Reeves watercolor pencils, as was the lute. And the background was done with the Prismacolor Scholars. And that's it. That's what I colored for the month of July 2019. Thanks for watching.